Hello everybody, Celeste here. I'm getting ready to do some yoga for positive feeling really good. I know so many times people feel down and out and just kind of bummed out or unmotivated or bored, and they just don't know quite what to do with themselves or with the world around them, and it's difficult for many. So we're going to do some positive, uplifting yoga. And we'll begin with Namaste. So again, that's a universal greeting. And it's me recognizing the goodness in you. So we'll begin with a calming breath. Just slow it down a little bit. Take a nice deep breath in, all the way to the bottom of the lungs, and just bring yourself here and now as you release the breath and just melt down into your sitting bones. Again, a deep breath in, feeling that breath coming into the body. So you're going to take all that monkey chatter, all the things that are going on in your mind, and we know there's a lot. Just sweep it under the rug, come back to it later. But for now, this moment is for you. So again, deep breath in, nice deep breath, and breathe it in slowly and feel yourself just lifting upward. And exhaling slowly, just releasing that breath and melting down into the earth. All the way down. Again, deep breath in. Feel that breath rolling in. It's kind of like the ocean wave coming in on the beach. Feel that breath coming in. And exhale. Just releasing. Relaxing. Just melting. Just calming yourself. One more time. Nice deep breath in. What does it feel like to breathe? And exhale slowly. It's melting all the way down into your mat and into the soil. Good. Okay, let's do a little ujjayi breath. Just kind of waking up those lungs and working that thyroid and thymus, working the thymus and the thyroid area. Get some circulation going in those areas, as well as the sternum and the thorax. We're working the thorax as well. So we're getting those toxins that settle in the bottom of the lungs, we're getting those out. They're moving around inside the throat area. So you may have to cough, clear your throat. That's perfectly fine. And we'll go ahead and use our ujjayi breath. So let's reach up, a nice deep inhale, reaching up for the sky. Reach for the sky. And exhaling, just with that ha-like sound, you're pushing the air out very slowly. It's kind of like a steaming tea kettle. Push out the barriers, the fence. Push it out. I'm in the backyard today, so it's a beautiful day. And continue exhaling down to the ground. Another deep breath in. Reach, just pull the arms upward. Reach and breathe. Feel your sternum opening up. Feel yourself lift and exhale down. To the ground. One more time, nice deep breath in. Reaching for those cumulus clouds up there, and exhale. Beautiful breathing. Wonderful. Okay. So, working with some positive moves today. Make yourself feel energized and make yourself feel really good. You need to feel really good, right? Okay, place your left hand on your right knee as we prepare for cross-legged spinal twist. Reaching up to the birds. They're up there. Just gazing up at the sky and then exhaling, bringing that arm back. And just placing your fingertips right in the grass there and just turning that sternum, that chest area and your core. Doing a nice spinal twist here, gazing, opening the eyes, using that peripheral vision. How far back can you see? Using your peripheral vision, let's work those eye muscles. Inhaling again, coming up. And opposite side. Exhale. Inhale. Other arm. Reaching upward. And exhaling back. Just twist here. Really waking up that spine. Waking up those vertebrae. Just getting them a little bit electrified. Waking them up. And coming up again. And exhaling forward. Again. One more time we'll do it. Place your hand on your knee. This is my left arm, right knee. Gentle pressure there. Reaching upward. Pull that arm up and exhaling back as you lower that arm and plant it in the grass. Or maybe you're doing this in the living room. Plant it into the floor. Breathe. Take like 2 or 3 breaths. Fine. Inhaling up and exhaling opposite side. Reaching forward. And use that peripheral vision once again. It's kind of like backing out of your driveway. Making that back up. Perfect. Chin up. And exhale. Center. Let's come on up into tabletop position. Just kind of working that tabletop area. Little bread in. All right, as we do cat-cow, so really make those arms strong. You want to hold that core in, bringing your core in and pulling the weight up off the wrist into the shoulders and gazing at your mat. Now let's continue on pulling the back completely up. Just being lifted like a puppet on a rope, being lifted up to the sky. And we're breathing. 2 or 3 breaths. Let's take a nice inhale and arch and lift. Oh yeah. Kind of waking up that back. And then rounding once again. Up, arching up. Exhale down. And inhale again, arching. And lift. Okay, I'm going to come back. Bring my knees together here. And I'm going to bring my hands back. And just lift open my chest for a moment. Sukha Asana. Let's reach up. Perfect. Okay, let's come up to our knees. As we prepare for camel. Camel is really going to open up that chest area for you. Really make you feel good. So easy camel or beginner camel would be to inhale and place one hand behind your thigh or both hands behind your thigh, and just opening the chest, bringing the shoulder blades together and gazing up at the sky. Breathing. And then you can come back down into hero. And hero is used for meditation. You can also put a rolled up mat in between your legs, the calf and the back of the thigh, if it's difficult sitting down on your calf muscle, or pillow would work too. We're going to come back up again. Take a nice deep breath in. Open the chest. Reaching upward. Nice inhale. Deep inhale. And exhale with one hand on the back of the thigh and the other hand up. Or, beginner, you can bring it to the foot or the heel and open the chest further. Gazing up at those beautiful clouds. Or maybe you're seeing. And 2 or 3 breaths coming back down into hero. Now, if your toes get a little sore with this point, you can always come forward and just bend them and release them, especially if they've been in shoes all day. And then back again. Let's do the other side now. And beginner camel. Reaching up. Now I'm going to take the other arm or hand and place it behind my thigh and open my chest to the beautiful sky. I feel the warmth of the sunshine on my face. It's so beautiful out doing yoga in my own backyard. And then exhaling, coming back down into hero. Now, oftentimes in hero, a meditation stool is used. So you can kind of sit on a meditation stool is fine as well, if you want to go that route. Otherwise, let's do full camel. Coming up, reaching for the heavens, and exhale, bringing both hands to each heel, and opening the chest. Breathe. Release the hands, coming forward, and let's come into a extended child. Oh yeah. Just extend, reach, feeling really good. Perfect. Let's scoop into cobra. Keeping the hips planted, the elbows slightly bent. Just feel your chest opening up. It's kind of like a cobra snake. You can even do that with your tongue if you wish. It's like a little snake. Let's bend the toes and come into downward dog. Nice. Just kind of bend your knees, play with them a little bit, kind of like a bicycle movement. And then come down to your heels or not. Just feel how you're feeling today. You can come to the ball of the foot or to the toes if you wish, or bend the knees. How are you doing with this? You want to push those hips up to the sky or up to the ceiling. Breathe. Beautiful. Just feeling that wonderful. Let's lift one leg up and bring it toward the face and down. Other side, lifting one leg up. Bring it toward the face And down. Let's bend the knees down. And coming back into extended child once again. Just kind of resting here a moment. Getting in touch with how you're feeling today. And then scooping back into cobra. Downward dog. And back into cobra. Downward dog. And cobra. Let's do upward facing dog. Just kind of lifting the hips up. And then down dog once again. Walking the hands up. Perfect. And let's roll up slowly. Feel your legs. How are they feeling today? Take a nice deep breath as you roll up, vertebrae at a time. At a time. Just feel those vertebrae coming into place. Perfect. Okay, Surya Namaskar. The sun salute. So we're saluting the sun today because we're so grateful that we have the sun to make our lives possible and to give us warmth and luminosity. So, to honor the sun, you don't necessarily have to be facing the sun to do this. You can just honor the sun in any way you wish. But the sun salutation is specifically saluting the sun. So I'm going to do this on 3 breaths because I want you to get in touch with how you feel today. So take a deep breath in. And exhaling slowly, another deep breath in. Look at the world around you or close your eyes. I want you to feel really that positive surge with the breath. Just that uplifting, positive surge. One more time. Deep breath in. And exhale down into Tadasana, mountain position. So you want to take that pelvic area and do a nice pelvic tilt. So bringing that forward and tilting the pelvis area forward, lifting up your chest. Opening your arms. Be proud of who you are today and every day. There's only one of you in this whole wide world. That's pretty remarkable. Let's come back into prayer. And one more time. Inhale up and back if you wish. Forward and down. Two or 3 breaths. So you're just hanging like a piece of fruit on a tree. You're just hanging down there. Breathing. Okay, place your fingertips down. Let's come into a right lunge. And coming forward, inhaling. Now you can either have your hands down or you can come up into a church steeple. You can lift the back leg. Exhaling down. Coming back down. Bring that knee to the mat. And reach that back foot back. Lifting the opposite knee. And coming into plank. just like a board. Plank. Fingers are nice and wide apart. Really strengthening those arms, pulling up that surge of energy from the earth. Feeling the core. Yeah. Drop the knees. Lift the derriere. Drop the chest. And scoop once again into cobra. 2 or 3 breaths. Feel your body. Feel your presence. And the toes. Downward dog. Yes. All right, really feel that stretch in the hamstrings. This is a real energizing movement. So 2 or 3 breaths. And then left foot forward. Into a left lunge. If you want more, you can lift that back leg. You can come up to church steeple. Exhale down. Bring that right foot forward. And just hang for a moment. Like a rag doll. Just getting a nice blood flow to the brain. And working those wisdom lines a little bit. And then as you come up, you can wing it. Or you can come up forward. Or both. Wing it and then forward. And then back if you wish. And then center. Good. Perfect. That's a sun salute in slow motion. I'm going to do something now called the bear. And the bear is really energizing. So, you're going to pretend that you're on the hike in the mountains, right? And this is what you do when you see a bear. So it's similar to the horse or the goddess, but this time it's going to be a bear. So you're going to want to growl because we're working the thyroid and the thymus area. So give me a nice growl sound. And you have claws. You have these big old claws. So you're coming down into your horse posture or position or asana, and you're inhaling up, nice deep breath, and exhaling down with a growl. Give me that bear look. Inhale up, and another growl. Working that thyroid. Okay, we got it. Inhale up, exhale down. Now we're going to start speeding it up. And that's where you're really going to feel the energy. Inhale, exhale. And start to slow it down. You're working the throat chakra with that growl, so that's really important too, just stimulating that area in the throat. And one more time. So I didn't scare off a cat. Think I can scare off a bear? Well, you can try anyway. All right, let's come back to the mat. Whew. That'll get you a little winded. But it warms you up. Okay, I'm back into frog. We're going to do a few seated positions. So, froggy pose. Let's come on down to the mat. Whew. right, let's pretend that we're just hanging out in the backyard, which we're actually doing, and scooting my kitty cat into the grass. I'm just going to come back on my elbows. And it's as if you're looking at the world around you. Just for a moment. Take a couple breaths. Feel that positive energy. Now I'm going to move my hands down a little bit underneath the cheeks of my derriere. And I'm going to bring my head back as far as I can. And just opening my chest and moving my arms to adjust a little bit. And just coming into fish pose. Breathing for 2 or 3 breaths, maybe 4 or 5, depending on how you feel with this. This is an excellent movement for the thyroid. Okay, let's release it and come down in a prone position. I'm going to place one hand under one cheek of the derriere and the other hand under the other cheek and extend my legs and just flip-flop them. Just like a fishtail. Okay, bringing the knees up toward my chest, into a half cannonball, pulling them in and releasing, pull in, release. Perfect. Alrighty, let's bring those legs up now, and the feet. Let's walk on the moon. Do a little moonwalk. So you want to push or flex the feet as if you're holding a box on your feet, and your legs are pretty stiff, and you're just going to walk on the moon, something you always wanted to do, or perhaps the bottom of the cloud. You're walking stiff-legged, flexed feet. Got a wasp there. Okay, bring the knees down and the feet down close to your rear end, and one hand under one cheek of the derriere, the other hand under the other. And we're just going to lift the back up, or you can bring the hands down alongside. This is easy bridge. Make sure you're breathing. And you can use Ujjayi breath throughout all the asanas. And then lower the vertebrae one at a time as they come down. Feel the spine as it comes all the way down. Perfect. Feeling that beautiful back against the earth. Wonderful feeling. Now I'm going to do the bridge, but a little bit more, well, beginner intermediate, and that would be to bring the hands together, clasp between each cheek of the derriere. Make sure you're breathing, and bring those shoulder blades, really bring those shoulder blades together, opening that chest cavity, and bring it on up. Really open it up. Breathe. As we are in bridge. Feels so good, my knees are apart. My feet are as well. I'm just lifting my buttocks up as high as I possibly can, along with my pelvic area. Just really reaching. And then release the hands. And come back down slowly, vertebrae at a time. At a time. Perfect. All right. I'm just going to roll my knees to the left and then roll them to the right, almost like a windshield wiper. Or maybe even just do one to the left and the other one to the right. Just kind of wake up the hip flexors a little bit. I'm going to bring the knees up, bring my feet together, and both of them down to the mat, opening my knees wide. This is also really good if you're having trouble sleeping at night. Just lie in bed like this for a while with your knees open. And take a deep breath and exhale. Perfect. Now let's just take that moment and extend the legs into Shavasana for meditation or the corpse position. You're just lying there for a moment, absorbing the earth's energy and listening to the birds. Breathing comfortably. That's inhaling on 4 and exhaling on 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling, 2, 3, and 4. Just slowing the breath so it even relaxes you more when you slow the exhales. Are you feeling your feet, your toes? Maybe your heels, maybe your shin, calf. How are those feeling? How about the skin over the shin? How does that feel? Can you describe it? When you're dealing with feelings, you're dealing with emotions. So let's feel the knees, the back of the thighs, the inner part of the legs. With yoga, we tap into the physical, we tap into the mental, spiritual, the energy, force, and the emotions. So let's come on up to the glutamus maximus. How's that feeling for you today? Just kind of soft and cushy. The pelvic floor, the pelvic area withholding the internal organs. All doing their job. The pelvic protecting the pelvic bowl. Let's move up over the tummy now. The stomach. Take a deep breath in around the waist and move that breath on up the spine, right on up the spine, all the way up and into the rib cage, the heart chakra. This is life itself, the heart and the lungs. Take a deep breath in. Feel the breath coming all the way down into the bottom of the lungs. And another deep breath into the shoulders and into the biceps, the triceps, elbows, forearm. Wrist, how are your wrists doing in the tops of your hands? Your fingers, your fingertips, just take the tip of your thumb and bring it to the tip of the index finger. Just the very tip, passive mudra. And then to the second finger. Mudras have been mapped out thousands of years ago in correspondence or correlation to different parts of the brain and planets as well. So let's bring the tip of the thumb into the tip of the ring finger. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Yeah, and then the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger. And then just run your thumb over each tip of each finger, bringing in positive thought, comfortable energy, a little bit of love and kindness and empathy, consideration, or should I say a lot? And then take another deep breath all the way up into the neck and into our good friend, the brain. Let's take that breath up right from the palms of the hands, up the arms, into the neck, and into our good friend, the brain. Softening the jaw. Is your jaw soft? Your lips soft and supple. Your tongue, how does your tongue feel? Is your tongue all soft? The inner space of the mouth, the cheeks, the nostrils open wide as you inhale, and narrow as you exhale. Everything in the body has a purpose, function. Miraculous. And the eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. As you observe a red balloon, and just visualize a bright red balloon floating up into the sky, bringing strength and power to the earth as it floats up high into the atmosphere. You can see it forever, and then it disappears. So let's just take a moment vacation. Let's go someplace far away. We could go far away to an island. And as we float in the water on a beautiful beach, we're there just floating in the water, we're just floating on our back, looking up at the sky, looking up at the palm trees, and seeing the distance. And in the distance we see the sun setting into the water, this warm ball of fire, just sinking into the ocean water. And as we come up on the beach, we lie back on the surface of the sand, moist and cool, grayish sand. Absolutely beautiful. Nature is awesome. And you're feeling every bit of it around you and within you as you are a part of nature. You see the ferns growing within the forest, the tropical forest. As you lie back on the beach and you feel the coolness of the sand beneath you, making little pockets with your calf muscles and your thighs. Your glutamus maximus is making a little pocket, and as the ocean wave comes up, it will fill those pockets with the coolness of the water, sustenance, giving you life and sustenance, giving you great worth and great positive behavior, giving you that uplift. So take this positive feeling and dwell on the wonderful things that happen to you. Be grateful for what you do have. And try very hard to dwell on the good things that are happening and not so much on the bad things. The yin and the yang. Take good care and good respect for you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. From my heart to yours. Have a beautiful day, beautiful evening, an equally beautiful week.